Hey, this is talk number 2 on what does it look like to follow Jesus. And last week we kind of talked about how to know God through Scripture. This week I want to talk to you, how do we actually pray? Like, what does prayer look like? How do we actually talk to God? Sometimes that's really, really hard to know how to do. So I want to give you a really simple thing. Scripture gives us a piece of when Jesus' disciples asked him how to pray. Jesus actually said this. He said, when you pray, say this. Matthew 6:9. This is how you should pray. Our Father who is in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. So if I'm going to break that down for you today, what does that look like as a student to actually pray? It starts with this. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. What's hallowed mean? What all this is saying is you are giving God gratitude because he is great. So you're going to start prayer off with thanksgiving. What are you grateful for? The next line is this. Would your kingdom come? What you're praying right there is you're going to ask God. You're going to say, God, would you make all the wrongs in my life, all the wrongs in the world right? So you're going to look around you and say, God, I want your kingdom to come. Would you turn this thing upside down? Would you help my friend who's hurting? Would you help my friend whose dad who isn't treating him right? Would you help in the world right now, in Syria, there's a war right now and people are impoverished, God. Would you help? That's what we're saying when we say kingdom come and your will be done. Give us today our daily bread. That's when you take time to say to God, hey, this is what I need today. God, this is what I need help with. It's really practical to the point of like, is it food? Is it helping God, asking God to help you with that test that you're struggling with? Is it asking God to help you with a friend that you're having a hard time with? It's really practical. Tell him what you need. Then you say, forgive us our debts. This is when we take time to actually come before God and say, God, I know this is where I've been screwing up. Would you forgive me? And then recognizing that God's forgiven you for it when you say that. And then making sure, looking at your life, and is there a friendship? Is there a relationship that you're walking on forgiveness and taking time to tell God that you forgive that person? And then we ask God to help us with the things that take us out. Sin, the things that we mess up, the things that we don't want to do, that the language that we use sometime, or maybe the things that we look out on the internet that we shouldn't, or how we treat a sibling. We ask God to help us not to fall into those places. And then finally we say, God, lead us. Show us how to live today. That's a great way to start praying and talking to God for yourself and for others. Try it.